Okay. I know you've read or heard about that game, movie, or comic, blah, blah, but you haven't heard it from us. So chill, relax, let us talk all about it before you log off.
Right. And then, I guess we'll start right now. What's up, everybody? I am Sir Aaron Carter. You are listening to Before You Log Off. I'm here with C. Adam.
Hey! Actually, use my real name.
Adam C?
The one that you made.
Oh, good Lord. Adam PC?
It's genius.
Yes, well, you're welcome.
I can't make the Google. The Gmail's taken.
Is it taken, bro?
It is taken.
Ooh.
I tried a couple changes.
You're probably decades too late.
There's 9 of me on Facebook. So
Adam PC?
Adam C.
Oh, well, I mean.
Not sure what the middle name is, but.
Yeah, that's where it
How many of them
differentiates.
own a computer, Aaron? We don't know.
Clearly 9.
At least.
I'm just saying, that's terrible. It's another two-man show today. Nothing more to say after that. I mean, just two-man show, right?
Correct.
Steven will return when he's good and damn well ready, right?
Amen.
All right. There's a lot to talk about. Again, keep running into the same situation of I'm writing a show.
It's like news is always happening.
So here's the thing, though. I find, or I take comfort in the fact that if nothing ever happens, I've got 7 shows set up for us with no problem. But yeah, a lot of crap happens. I just went and saw Shazam. We did a spoiler cast on that one. You can go back and listen to that if you have I don't know.
An hour and 12 minutes?
Hour and 20-something minutes. Yeah, we kind of...
You went longer than we did last time.
Yeah, well, we spilled...
Giggity.
So, if you've ever listened to the show, if you're the first time listening to Before You Log Off, we do a thing called tangents here.
Tangents!
Where we went on tangents
32
with
minutes?
a whole bunch of other... and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. But it's good. As long as the conversation's flowing, I'm fine with that. Like,
that is our name in parentheses, by the way, is tangents.
Before you log off, tangents. Yeah.
Hey, actually, my buddy sent me we can get the T-shirts. Tangents, the T-shirts.
There's an actual...
There is the T-shirt. If we could find it, we could sell so many.
I'm about that life. So going on the internet today, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just, for some reason, you don't watch Smosh, do you? It's like an internet comedy thing. These guys from Sacramento started it.
Oh
yeah. For some reason, I don't know, the one of the female actresses on there just popped in my head for some reason, and I was just about to be like, I don't know, she's psychic or something. She's here in my brain. Stop it.
Oh God.
Anyway, I was on the internet, total tangent off of anything, and I saw one of the articles on I think it was Engadget or something like that. Do you have Xbox Live?
I do.
Do you have Xbox Game Pass?
I do.
So they're merging the two.
About time.
$14.99 per month.
Yeah.
Will
good.
save you absolutely nothing.
Well,
if you pay by per month, or if you pay for the whole year. I mean, of Xbox Live,
right.
The $59.99. I think it is. Is that what it is?
Who does that?
I do. What do you mean?
Pay by the year?
Yeah.
No, I don't trust it.
Why?
Hold
on. You don't trust the monthly? I mean, you trust the monthly payments.
You don't know what will happen.
Good Lord.
What if I'm living on the street? I spent all that money for nothing?
You've already paid your money already.
I could stop it if it's monthly.
You're paying more.
You shut your mouth.
That's terrible. What is it, $12.99?
I pay WoW month to month.
And you haven't played that in a...
But Blizzard can have my money.
That's horrible.
I've decided.
That's horrible.
Larissa and I agree. They can have my money.
That's terrible.
But if I pay, what is it, 6 months? It's like $60. So hypothetically, it saves me money. But what if I need that $60, Aaron?
It literally hurts my wallet right now. Like, it literally hurts my wallet just hearing this. I thought it was actually going to be a good thing. I got excited because I was like, I have.
But then
Game
you found
Pass.
out no change.
Yeah, there's no change. I was upset. I was like, oh, sweet, I'm going to get a sweet deal.
It's
like
about
get both
damn
of them.
time. Wait a second.
Yeah, and then but what's pretty cool is I would say it's good for the future because maybe they might drop the price of it.
Oh yeah. Good luck with that though. But
I don't know, because remember we did like a rumor a while back talking about they might be on every console type of thing.
Happy thinking. But who just raised their prices? Netflix, Hulu, everyone's raising their prices. Is that what
Did they really? I don't know. I don't look at those things.
Well,
like, I have both.
They had planned to increase.
Probably they can, because I would never notice. I'm one of those let it roll each month type of things on those.
Tangent number 1.
Yes.
Or number 2, I guess. They're going to go ahead and raise the prices until Disney has their own streaming service.
Okay.
And then they'll have
is this to...
So it's genius because remember all these Netflix for the longest time they've been losing. Remember Netflix lost all the Fox shows.
Yes.
They're all on Hulu now. Now Netflix is increasing like $3-4 a month in price, but they've been canceling all of their like what do they cancel, the Arrow or whatever they canceled, Punisher and all that stuff.
Oh, you mean the Marvel?
They're canceling all.
You said Arrow. That is definitely not.
Is it not canceled? No, Daredevil. I'm sorry.
Daredevil. Yes.
So they're canceling all these shows.
Even though I think Arrow actually is now canceled. Not canceled, but going away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So, but yes, I know what you mean. The Marvel Netflix shows.
Until they're up and running, Netflix can be like, hey, let's charge this in the meantime because the monopoly is still strong. Granted, I have gone very heavily in the direction of Hulu lately because they have all these TV shows that Netflix does not.
So then you think, charge more, Disney comes out, make it seem like we're cutting the prices.
Then you have to win people back, and then you have to go from there.
You sound like conspiracy brother.
Well, think about it. How many? Oh my God, how many people are in the U.S.? Is it 400 million? Is it 500 or something like that?
In the U.S. alone?
In the U.S. alone.
372,400,000.
Thank you. Okay. Very exact. let's just say for funsies, it's 50 million people.
Okay.
50 million people times $2 more a month.
Okay, but
it's $100 million a month more.
Yeah, I mean,
that you're making.
If 50 million.
Well, that's why I said if, Aaron. Let's just say it's $1 million. That's $2. That's $2 million more a month you're making.
I get it.
Do you know how much Jeff Bezos is?
I think that's where it all came through. Now I know my whole thought process.
Tangent number 3.
Yeah, now I know my whole thought process. Sorry, I gotta get this out. I saw that today.
How much did she get?
Bezos is getting his wife is getting 137 billion?
No, 36 billion.
Oh, 36 billion.
What does it matter? What's the difference between 36 and 136 billion dollars?
And I looked at that and I stopped. No, 137 billion.
That's how much he was divorced finally.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but she was awarded 36.
Okay, so she was awarded 36 billion, and I was like,
and he got the rest of it.
I'm like, I'm a billionaire. I'm putting myself in this billionaire's shoes. Is what I was doing. I was like, I'm a billionaire. And my wife decided to just up and leave me, and
because I cheated.
And well, yeah, because
let's not forget that.
Yes, I understand. Yes, I'm a dirtbag. And I'm like, I have to pay her. How much is like my conversation with my lawyer, and while I'm talking to her, or while I'm talking to my
wiping
lawyer,
my ass with golden nuggets.
I think while I'm dreaming the scenario up in my head, I'm on Twitter and I see the girl from Smosh, Courtney Miller is her name, and I was like, Courtney, you buster! Why would you take my money? As if this woman divorced me and that she has nothing. She doesn't even know I exist.
Oh my God!
And I just started melding these ideas together, and I was just like, "This is the craziest." Okay, tangent over. That's ridiculous. Courtney, we can work this out.
I also read something hilarious. It said, "Do you know that he has to work for 9 seconds to make all that money back that he
basically?"
lost?
I mean, that's ridiculous. Like, it's a drop in the bucket. And they were talking about it on the news, like, because they had like a very peaceful divorce. They were messaging each other like, hey, congratulations.
When you're getting $1 billion plus, can you really be petty at that point in time?
4th richest woman in the world now.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Well, so she's always had stock in the company.
Probably, yeah.
She's always, in my mind, she's always had billions, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, she was, when you're married to the billionaire, you're a billionaire,
I don't know why
right?
all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, now she's a billionaire.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, wait a second. She didn't just get this money now that they're divorced.
It's chauvinistic. That's what it is. Let's move. We got other stuff.
Russia.
We got other stuff.
That's number 1.
Number 2, I don't know why you didn't put this one in there. Skype doubles call limit.
Who cares? Who uses Skype still?
Skype doubles their call limit to 50 people.
What? Their way of getting people to stick with Skype was, hey guys, 49 of your friends.
Well, because I was like, who's in a Skype call with 50 people? Yeah, unless there's...
At my job,
okay,
we use Skype.
Okay.
Sometimes. For the 10 of us. That's it. So we use a couple other apps when it comes to like 200-300 of us.
But you're not all just like talking at one time, and
We will message each other, and then people will talk one at a time. So you can message the entire time, and then you'll be like, hey, you have the stick, you talk, and then you'll talk back and forth. Usually it's the big wigs talking, and the rest of us are listening and
understandable,
typing
yes.
stuff. So them moving it to 50 people
Only thing I want to see.
doesn't make a switch to that.
All I want to see from this whole thing is one Skype call with one person in each state. That's all I want to see.
That's
all I want to see.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
So that's all.
Is Hawaii on the call here?
Hawaii, yeah.
Hey, brother.
Aloha. Yeah, exactly.
Waka from Final Fantasy X. That's the voice
I want to see that. That's the only reason why I put that in there. But
no, that's upsetting. I still can't believe you put that in there. Next subject.
Let's go to the big meat of the one. Borderlands 3 won't have co-op players fighting over loot.
Upsetting.
The way I stopped it right there made it kind of seem like it won't have co-op.
That's the way I read it. When I read it, it said won't have co-op, and I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. No, do you remember when we played?
Oh no,
Aaron.
Yes.
Do you remember?
I remember
when we played,
when you stole everything.
Everything.
Like,
that was. I don't know where I got it from. It must be my WoW, like
but see,
the ninja.
It's in a lot of players' nature because we play. Damn it! What do we play now? Oh, Apex Legends.
Mm-hmm.
So Apex Legends is kind of the same. It's a battle royale, but it's kind of also a shoot and loot. You open up containers to find all the loot.
Is it shared? Is it one-on-one, or is it you guys split it?
It's one versus.
So if I get it first, I get it.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those.
So I like it then.
So Borderlands is doing the right thing by saying no more of that. Actually, you can turn that off and on. As
I like that better.
By the way, yeah, it's an option in there, so you don't have to.
So if I'm the party leader, I can turn it off.
Yes.
So is the benefit, because I know WoW did something similar, where they said instead of the party leader gets it and then divvies it up, blah 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 blah.
I don't think they're going that far into it.
That was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
It went to I get a roll. It's either gold or an item. I can re-roll on the gold to potentially get an item, or I can re-roll it on an item to get another item. But they went away from like, hey, there's 25 of you in a raid. We're going to drop 9 items. Good luck. They went away from that, which I liked.
Okay.
But it sounds like I'm assuming they're going to do the same system where...
Well, it says no more loot ninjas, of course, if you prefer to play the classic Borderlands.
We are Legion.
I don't know why it says Borderlands 2 co-op rules, as if Borderlands 1 didn't have the same exact thing.
Yeah, that's...
Like,
I can remember the exact moment that I jumped over a chasm to get to the box before you, and
yoink and then jump down. Jump right back down.
It was the single greatest moment of my life.
So you could turn it off and on, but
how are they going to do it though? How are they?
It's probably an option.
Is it like we both open a box, you get something, I get something?
Yeah. You see your own loot, I see my own loot type of thing.
So I could get the rare, you could get the ultra rare, I could get the not so rare.
They've done this in video games before. Actually, I prefer this in video games.
I do like that because
only my caveat with preferring it is if there's a trade system.
That's I was just gonna bring that up, because if I get the not so rare and you get the rare,
exactly,
and I get the not so rare sniper and you get the rare rifle,
exactly,
and then I'm the soldier, do I get the blah 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 or whatever?
Yes, that's what I like about it. So if they don't, I mean, they have the trade system already in place because they had it in all the other ones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that too. But see, I don't know if there's a throwdown. There was an actual trade system, remember? Because there's a achievement for trading.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you even got that far in the Borderlands 2.
I don't think we did, but I think I've seen it.
So yeah, because there's an achievement for trading in there. You like trade with somebody back and forth a whole bunch of times.
Okay, that would make it more balanced, because if you bring in the opportunity, you're taking one chest with X amount of guns,
correct,
and you're turning it into one for you and one for me. I mean that is totally beneficial. And then if we switch to the role of, hey, it's potentially a rifle, potentially a sniper, potentially a pistol, the balance for this is a team game. This isn't like, oh, all about me, screw you, I'm here for 10 seconds. I'm playing the game with you from potentially beginning to end. I do like it a lot, actually.
I
hated it when I texted you this morning, but I can see it now.
It's definitely the best way to go.
It will ruin our stream potentially, but
I think it'll make it better. I think it makes it better.
But do you know how many times I had to run from across the world, be like, Aaron, my keyboard isn't working,
Terrible.
and then be like, just jump in and open the box.
They also in their I think this was on PlayStation's website or something like that, and I could be wrong, don't count me on that, but they went to a little more detail on the characters for the trailer. So you have Moz or Mose, the nimble soldier that can get into her mech called Iron Bear.
Disgusting.
For some additional power, which I think is pretty cool. And then they also look like another player can jump on the back of that mech. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
That looks pretty cool. You got a Mara, that's a siren. She can summon the, send you of 1,000 hands, fists, and start pounding away at enemies and stuff like that.
Are we ritual summoning now? Is that what we're doing?
Pretty much, yes. Zane is the hitman. It says semi-retired, but he's the one that has the digiclone.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the last time.
Little old man digiclone. And then I'm guessing the last one is named Flack. It's FL4K.
That would make sense.
It's a robot that looks like basically it's going to be a hunter. Or no.
One of their loyal, hardened pets.
Yeah, because he has pets. So what they're called hunters, right? Yeah. And World of Warcraft.
Unless he has magic, then he's a warlock.
So it looks like he has multiple different type of pets, though. So
throughout the game, he can get different pets?
I don't know how it's going to play out. So, you didn't even get to, oh my gosh. So in part 2, there was a thing called a Mechromancer. The little girl, she could summon a robot, right?
That sounds dope. Depending
on what skill tree you went, your robot would look different. And it specialized in different things, of course, but it was depending on what skill tree or what. So I'm thinking that's how they're going to play him. Depending on what skill tree you go down, he'll probably have a different pet.
I'm still upset because who's going to be the sniper?
Dimes to dollars, probably
the hitman. I would hope. Probably
no. It's probably gonna be Flack, the
robot.
Yeah, snipe while you're.
That would be kind of dope.
Yeah, while you
get all melee and I get all ranged. That'd be kind of. sick.
Think about it. Your pets are going out and doing the tanking while you're sniping from afar.
Semi-retired hitman who can cause chaos with his digiclone.
He might be a glass cannon as well.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, yeah. Why go defense when you have 2 clones that could take all the damage, or a clone that could take all the damage? We shall see.
Other things on there, they're putting more emphasis again back on the companies that made the different weapons. Maliwan, which is actually pretty interesting. They're going to have 2 different elements instead of just one. Maliwan is famous.
Elemental damage.
Maliwan was in the beginning and in the second one was just 1 element, of course, and they would give you times 1. 1 through 4, and 4 means you're going to be doing elemental damage.
Correct.
1, you got a
Maybe.
lower chance. Yeah. So this one guaranteed 2 different types, so you can probably switch back and forth, which is pretty cool.
Did Maliwan have the best weapons? Was it
in everybody's opinion, Maliwan had the best weapons. Yes, but see, this is the problem because they had the best weapons in part
1.
2, no. In my opinion, they had the best weapons in part 2. In part 1, it was a little more even because you get Jacob, which Jacob weapons were made out of wood, but they did stupid damage.
That's strange to me that they would have all these companies and have it to where one was more buffed than the other.
Yes.
And it was like, this isn't seasonal. This
in
isn't
part 2, that's how they did it, though. And in part 1, they were more. It felt like they were all more balanced.
In the first one, it was like, this one's strong, this one's strong, this one's strong. The names were just for fun. And the second one was like, God damn it, I need a Maliwan weapon.
Exactly. And I hated that. They downplayed the companies so much, and I felt like in part 1, the companies felt like they all had their own identities.
It was cool. Yeah, right.
And then when they came out with DLC, the DLC was kind of around the companies a little as well, because that zombie one was Jacob's.
The Zed one?
Yeah, the Zed. That was all.
Is Zed's twin, or was that Zed, or was that?
I think it's twin.
Yeah.
No. Well, no, yeah.
I think it was his twin brother. And he was like, "I'm not Zed, I'm Ned," or something like that.
But in part 2, they threw that away because they focused on Hyperion, the story of Hyperion's company or whatever. It, I guess, won the war against all the other. But I didn't like that. So hopefully they come with a big.
Is the last sentence.
Last sentence on this one. How about rifles that spawn fire spewing volcanoes or guns that grow legs and then chase down enemies while verbally abusing them?
Do you remember
actually, that's not the last sentence. The last sentence is, we've got those.
Was it Perfect Dark?
Yeah, the
laptop gun.
You throw on the wall.
You throw
and
it on the wall
kill
and
people.
dip and pick something else up, and you still get a kill from it.
I played that Perfect Dark with some friends years back, and they didn't know about the weapons. And
they didn't know about the Farplane gun?
The Farsight?
The Farsight, that's what it was.
I sat in a corner and just killed
Tell me that's not the there's of course the setting. Tangent number 17.
Yes.
You could enable and disable guns before the match started, and you knew if you were playing with somebody who never played before, you'd be like, I'm gonna go ahead and put this gun in here, but you probably shouldn't use it. It's dumb.
Loved it. Farsight was the best gun.
What was it? Let me see.
You can human track people.
It was Farsight, Farplane. You could tell I played too much Final Fantasy lately.
Clearly.
Farsight, the Super Dragon. It was the automatic rifle that turned into the grenade launcher. And then you had the
the dragon was just was the proxy. You could throw it and it was a proxy mine.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
But you lose your gun.
Well, laptop gun, obviously.
But laptop gun, you sat in a room, threw a laptop.
The laptop gun can take out a whole room of people.
Yeah, no problem.
Over time. And then let me see. You had the double cyclones.
There's just basically
the two automatic pistols
Cyclones were automatic or Uzis type of things, but they can waste a whole clip.
Correct.
That was their
and
alternate
you could have
fire.
the double, and then there was the Calypso.
Calypso
was the Silver Surfer-esque pistol that would. It was the single round energy shot.
Oh, and did explosive rounds.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool when you reload and it just melds into the gun. Yes.
Oh my god.
Good lord, that is that game needs to make a HD
Slayer.
HD remaster. I know they already did, but whatever.
What was the Slayer rocket launcher?
It was just a rocket launcher, and then you can
and the secondary mode was you can control it.
We played so many games where it was just that, and then we would all just pick a spot, and you would have to find
each other. Oh
so
my god,
good.
it was the best.
Yeah, that was definitely good. See,
what happened?
Now, okay,
Where
all
did
right.
we go?
So I would scream from the mountains about this game and their alternate fire, and then the ability to disarm people.
Okay.
Don't
even talk to me about that right
now. None of this stuff is in video games anymore.
Because take Halo for example, it didn't have any of this aspect where you can put a PC into the game.
Yes.
And then that PC you put unarmed PC, and he would jump up and karate chop the shit out of you and take your gun from you.
All you have to do, we used to play. Oh my god, this is so many memories. We used to play a mode where we would put the turtle PC, so they would have extra shields.
Defense, yeah.
And we would make them all yellow, and it'd be like this yellow cloud of 8 robots, and then all you would hear is just a beating noise.
Oh
and
my god!
It just ran.
That sound effect when you die. Oh my god!
It was the best. It was just we were trying to see who can get the most score within the time, and they were all unarmed, and it was just you can get every weapon you want. It was just us versus them, and they would just
They would dodge bullets and punch you in the face,
and it was so good. I was just this is.
And they had the facility, I think, from James
They had
Bond.
all the James Bond levels.
They had all of them.
Yeah. They just threw them in there.
The best one was the one where you had the tankers on the very side, and then you had the bathrooms upstairs.
Okay. No. Yeah. That was a very popular 007. I know what you're talking about.
That was the best.
Because you can go in, and they had the other the back rooms.
Yeah, the back rooms.
That split off.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
And then you had the little entrance.
And you can go up the bathroom into the vent. Yeah. Who are you talking to here, sir?
That was the best.
So Borderlands 3, everybody.
Hey, we're back.
Co-op, weapon stuff. Yeah.
If you skipped ahead, we were here the whole time.
Why can't you disarm in Borderlands 3?
It cracked me up that the PCs in that game, that you would be PCs can only do this. PCs can only, and then it was in all these other games, you had to play against.
Why are you calling them PCs all the time, though?
I don't know. NPCs.
Yeah, you keep saying PCs.
I do,
and I'm
but you never corrected me.
Yeah, but I know what you mean.
Well, that's
but
that's... They were the PC, they were the computer. That's
but nobody... Yeah, no.
You shut your mouth. If you're just now getting here, I said NPCs the entire time.
No, you did not. But anyway, yes. You can put the NPCs or the computer.
It was weird to me in that game that you could pick whatever, and it was I can play 1v37 in this mode, but all the new shooters and stuff, what other... Call of Duty, you can do 1v9, could you? Computers?
I don't know.
I don't think
I've never played against computers in that.
In any recent shooters.
Oh, that is there.
Because I know in
because you go into depth whenever you made the computer character. You can make them.
You had to pick what color they were. You had to pick what abilities they had. If they could pick all the guns.
If they were aggressive, there was a lot of different
there was a couple
options.
Passive and a couple. They were easy, hard, and whatever.
They were slow sim because they were all sims.
Some computers
they were
beat
called
my
simulators
asshole,
or whatever.
It's no other game have I been where I can you know what, everyone's gone, but I'm a 1v7 right now with all computers. and all 7 of them are going to be very hard.
There was a revenge sim. Did you ever get that one? So if you killed him,
he
came right back after you. So no matter what happened, he was like, I will come at you no matter what. He will run past other people just to get you.
What a good game.
So anyway, welcome to the freaking
that was
dark
37
hour.
minutes of tangents, everybody. With the PCs.
Fortnite. Have you played any of Fortnite?
I have not touched Fortnite or what was it? What's the other one?
Apex Legends. That's the other battle royale.
The 3 of them.
Battlegrounds. Not Battlegrounds. What am I thinking?
Unknown.
Yeah. Player Unknown.
PUBG. I haven't played PUBG.
There we go. We did not plan that.
I haven't played PUBG, Fortnite, or Apex Legends.
Okay, so you played no battle royale games.
0.
Well, basically, Fortnite is getting the feature that Apex Legends,
already
had.
The newer game already has.
Well, the newer game is actually, in my opinion, the better game. Like,
isn't it, PUBG came out first, right? And then Fortnite came out.
Well,
and then people like Fortnite better, and then Apex.
I think
comes
it was
out.
Z. What was it? It was some zombie game mod that came. DayZ.
Yeah, but that was on a. Excuse me.
You
Sorry.
good? You good?
The alcohols is getting to me. DayZ was a mod.
Correct.
To
Arma or whatever.
Arma 2 or whatever.
I think so. Yes.
And then DayZ got his own game.
Yes. I don't know, but anyway, that was like the progenitor. Then they did PUBG. Then they did Fortnite. Not Fortnite.
Fortnite
excuse me.
and PUBG were suing each other, or something was going on?
Well, PUBG I think tried to sue Fortnite because of the similarities or something like that.
The obvious similarities, or anything, but nothing happened.
Nothing happened to that. I don't believe.
But now PUBG's like, or not PUBG, but
now
Fortnite's taking all the dances
taking
and everything. But now Apex comes out, and then Fortnite says, "Well, we got to stay relevant."
Yeah, you got to. I mean, here's the thing. It was a good idea, and this is the thing that actually it upsets me. You have developers over time. You see what works in video games, and you're like, nah, let's not do that. Let's go our own way. But like, this works. Why don't you keep the core of what works and build on it?
Right.
That makes perfect sense to me. Like, I mean,
take Fortnite. How much profit has Fortnite?
Billions, probably. Right. I don't know.
So for them to be like, hey, we still want to be relevant, like, make a new goddamn game. Like,
they're not going. This is a cash cow right now. But you got Ninja, that was all over the internet, which I'm sorry, as much as I would love, quote unquote, mainstream media to really, got me doing it now, freaking quote unquote mainstream media to focus on the gaming world and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I saw Ninja's thing as like a flash in the pan type of thing. It was 15 minutes of fame. You're here now and you're gone. Like, I think the height I would probably say is him being in that Super Bowl commercial. And
Which I didn't
exactly, and he was in there for like a split second. And when I told people who knew Ninja, not like personally know Ninja, but knew of Ninja and know what he's there for, when I was like, oh, he's in a Super Bowl commercial that they all saw, they're like, where? And I was like, you guys know his face. I noticed it before you type of thing, but I'm like, I don't think
I've not cared one penny about Ninja
well,
ever.
A lot of people have. That's just it.
A lot of people under the age of 19, probably.
Well, he had a following. And he still has a following, I should say. Fortnite was gigantic. They're not going to. They're like Riot with League of Legends. They're not going to make another game that's going to either compete with what their giant already is, or just suck and go away, and they wasted money into it. So I don't see them.
I consider it like a meme. These type of games, like they come along, they're relevant for a quarter.
Okay.
And then they go away.
Kind of. So a little longer than a quarter. Well,
in terms of relevancy, these games, like PUBG was big for, I know all my friends that were in the 30-ish age range were all about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then when Fortnite came out, it was like all of the like 20 and under, and the people who that are the age of 30 and whatnot either liked the aspect of it because it was different and it was more their play style, or because it was just the newer version of PUBG. So Apex Legends is the newest version of all of them. So it's like if you liked either one of those games, both of those games, you jump on Apex Legends.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, well, maybe I should go back to Fortnite because Fortnite's adding aspects of this game, this newer game that I like. And you could do that. And it seems like the Battlegrounds, like how many Battlegrounds games are in the past couple of years, right? What games were before that were?
I don't think any of and like unless people were like making their own just within another game.
And
or
that's a
something
recent thing. So I don't know if you take like the Skyrim, all that kind of stuff, where RPGs were getting
no,
kind of
no,
big
no,
there
no,
for
no,
a while,
yeah.
where you're going into this battleground kind of thing. If you're like Riot, for example, and Riot has made so much money off of their one video game, take all that money, put it into something else, get ahead of the curve, jump to the next game.
They've got tunnel vision. That's the biggest thing.
But it's at the same time, yes, but I don't know. They're not putting all their extra money back into League of Legends.
It's going into other things like merchandise. It's going into marketing. It's going into. They're not.
Don't throw logic at me.
I'm
like
just letting you know it's not gonna go into another game. Like so, Hytale, the game we talked about, episode what?
Who's drinking here?
Episode like 3 or something like that, or 2 or something like that. That's being funded in part by Riot. Mm-hmm. So, but it's not being developed from that because they're not gonna take their.
They're not gonna take their cash cow. Are you all right?
Are
you okay over there?
Moving around. But anyway, so and then here's the other problem I have with gaming, the gaming scene and developers. They don't like to take risks.
Like cosplaying? Is that what it is?
No, it's not that toxic. It's like they don't take risks unless they're indie.
Agreed.
I need AAA titles to start taking more risks.
Well, because I would consider it like a movie for that they're putting $20 million into a movie that they're going to get a $1 million return on. So I don't know why these directors and these producers are putting so much money into potential movies that might flop, that do flop, that the game creators are not taking those risks.
Let's go back. Like I said,
is it our fault?
Is it the gamers' fault? Well, yeah, it's definitely our fault because we pay for the stuff year after year.
Were these Star Wars
FIFA
games that keep
things,
canceling
right?
on those bastards?
But what I said before, all these good things that developers have done to make games really good, and then other developers will be like, I don't want to do that. Let's move on to something else, or let's try something different, right? That's what I said earlier before. You can keep the core of what a good game is. So like a first-person shooter, we know what we need to make a first-person shooter good. Let's keep that core.
We need double cyclones.
So, if that was a thing. So we keep the core of what makes the game good and what was popular from another game if you want to, a Call of Duty or whatever.
We need broken PCs.
Then we add on top of that.
Right.
That's all you have to do. Like the
Not
formula
take
to
away
me,
and change it, but just add to it.
Exactly. Because me, Steven, Jerry, like we're playing Call of Duty.
Did you ever mention Jerry's name to me?
We're playing Call of Duty 4 because it was free on the PlayStation.
Modern
Warfare. And I go back and I play this game, and it feels like tight controls, good shooting. Like it feels like an actual good shooter again. Then I jump to Apex Legend, and I don't know. It just for some reason I feel like it's off or something. For some like it just doesn't feel like it's the And I understand they are vastly different games.
You bring a good point up.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever played Dark Cloud.
The RPG, right?
Yeah.
No, I know of it though.
So Dark Cloud on PlayStation was, for me, one of my favorite games. I play it every year or so. I replay it. They made Dark Cloud 2, which I never touched for the longest time.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want it to ruin my experience, so I always replayed Dark Cloud. And 2 years ago, like 12, 15 years after Dark Cloud 2 came out, I decided to play it. Completely different battle system, completely different items, completely different leveling system. And it's, you take everything that you love about a game and then you change it. So when you talk about what you were just talking about, it's, I don't know why they're not adding on top of, and they decide to make, again, if you want to make a completely different game, well, I understand it.
Dark Cloud came out in what, like 2001, 2002?
I want to say 2000.
Like so early, yeah. So they may have been able to take risks a little more then.
So, but maybe that is you could be describing why they don't.
Because it failed, yeah. Because potentially it failed, yes. I understand.
Again, if you want to make a whole different game, what was it, Level 6, I think that made it?
Oh, the developer? I don't know. And they're gone, I think. Level 6?
Don't talk about them.
Good Lord.
When they made Dark Cloud, to me, if Dark Cloud was made right now, the exact same way that they made it, but with the newest graphics and blah, 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 it would be immaculate. But when they made it a couple years later, make Dark Cloud 2, they added guns into it, which was, more dope than, I guess, than just having Osmond or whatever his name that has guns. it seemed like a step back.
Dark Cloud 1 was Dark Cloud 1 was 2000 and Dark Cloud 2 was 2002 by level 5.
Level 5, sorry. I apologize, Aaron.
Thank you. Get it right. We are a reputable source of information.
It's funny, for the longest time they're talking about making a third one and cracked me up. But
yeah, it also came up in the Google
I played the
search.
second one, and I bought it, and I was like, you know what? I will play this game. And I played it for maybe 2 hours, and I uninstalled it. I will never again play that game. The other night, maybe a week ago, started another Dark Cloud save because they did it so well. But it's like it's win or lose. There's no middle ground. You either enhance on the game and make it wholly better, or you try to something different and you just butcher it.
I think you can. I think there is a way to save stuff because there's games like
there is. It's you go to the save sphere.
No, I'm saying like Final Fantasy 14. I want to say the online Final Fantasy Online.
Yeah,
initially
11 and 14. Aaron.
Okay, so
watch your mouth.
Initially, it came out and it was terrible. People hated it.
14.
Yes, they
never played it.
Went back to the drawing board and they did something and they changed it. A lot of people now like it. Like they fundamentally changed the game and they made it better. Now that's an example of an online game.
What was that awful game that everyone anticipated, including you, that was in space? And
Andromeda?
No, you're terrible. You'll
Mass Effect?
You'll probably never see anybody online in this world. You'll have your own planets and everything.
Oh, okay. We're talking about oh my god, why am I blanking on this?
Right?
I know what you're talking about. It's procedurally generated worlds. Somebody's listening to the podcast screaming it out right now.
You were very excited about this game.
I have it.
And it came out
I own
terribly.
Well,
and then they changed it.
Here's the thing, though.
And they added to it.
They lied. The developer lied about what was going to be in the game.
Which is weird because they put a lot of man hours into that game to make it what they said it would be.
They had, okay, and then this is the other thing.
Which is, what's the name of it?
Oh my God, why am I... Because all I can think of now is Anthem, and it's not Anthem. But Anthem is where I'm going to tie this into. Because Anthem failed because they were rushed, right? So I think that was the same thing that happened. Sony bought that game.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Thank you. I would have never got that. So No Man's Sky, I think, fell into...
Space video game. No Man's Sky.
I think it fell into the trap of being rushed when they were bought by Sony. They were an independent game developer at first.
Agreed.
And then Sony came through and was like, we love this idea.
Do it now.
Get it out tomorrow. And they were probably like, well, we're 4 guys on a squad.
I thought they spent like a good amount of time on it. What is going on over there?
I don't really understand the world now.
They spent a good amount of time on it before that had happened, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, kick it out. It's time.
But remember, they're a small developing group.
No, I understand. I understand that, Aaron. I do.
I don't think you do. I think you're mocking me.
I thought they had spent a lot of time before they were...
I don't know how much time they spent before. Sony, I mean, they killed the show of the Video Game Awards or the Video Game, whatever they did that on, and then Sony noticed them and bought them. But
notice me, senpai.
I know they spent a long time after, but they still got it. There was like Sony was like, we got to get this thing out, I feel. And they got it out way under what they promised.
What was the big thing they lied on?
Well, one thing they said, you're never going to be able to see another player. People found...
And like within minutes.
Streamed it too, which was damning for your...
I won't find people for weeks.
And you couldn't see the other person,
minutes
though.
Later.
Couldn't see the other person. They were on the exact same planet, exact same area, could not see the other person. So they didn't even just program it in it. Customizable ships, I believe, was another thing that was touted to be in the game, or was supposed to be in the game type of deal. What else? It was a whole bunch of stuff. There's probably a list somewhere online. But anyway, I think...
Tangent number 32?
Yeah, we've definitely gone far off the range now. But I guess to some...
Why do we have notes, Aaron?
Well, we'll sum this developer talk up.
Are we still on Borderlands 3? Is that where
we're freaking way past Borderlands 3. I just think maybe... No, not even maybe. I just really want to see AAA titles take more risks.
No,
yes.
Agreed. Agreed.
But keep the fundamentals of what made your game fun in the beginning.
Maybe, I don't know what, they're like dialing too much money into this whole concept, because it's the reason that they're not taking these risks is because of the money, but indie game developers are like, I've got time, let me give it a shot.
I got time and creativity. You know
Right. And I don't need billions of dollars. I don't need 36 Bezos billions of dollars. I just need time.
Well, here's another thing, and we can tie this into the next story here of
Kickstarter.
Yeah, the Kickstarter. That's another thing that a lot of developers do, to
And
show proof of concept that the game has potential to be fun.
They get money.
Yeah. It's like
They get my money.
Critical Role. Have you done a Kickstarter?
I have.
Funded multiple Kickstarters?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You saw my car. All right.
Wow.
I throw money where I need to throw money.
Yes.
I pay $15 a month for a game I don't play.
That's terrible.
All right?
Yeah, you're funding millionaires right now.
Well, it's...
Critical Role has broken records, apparently. All on the website of Kickstarter, of course. If you don't know what Critical Role is a...
Kickstarter is a website that you can donate
terrible.
money.
Critical Role is a Dungeons & Dragons live stream, basically. I don't know if they do a podcast. If they do it in podcast form, probably do. I don't see why they wouldn't. Yeah, but I think it was on Geek and Sundry first, and got gigantic because it's all voice actors. So you have Matt Mercer, who is everybody that in a video game,
right?
Like he's in Overwatch. He's in Overwatch. He's in Overwatch. He's in so many games. No, I am really underselling Matt Mercer. He's like, the dude is amazing. Like, no lie. I've watched a lot of his DM videos because he does tutorials.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing.
Good DMs should have their own stipend. They should be paid millions.
Okay, I can see what you mean.
Well, I mean,
good DMs.
Well, when we started, tangent number 47.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a part of the role playing thing. So,
because we've done our Dungeons and Dragons, like our oily tankard stuff. We've done it three times, maybe.
About, yeah.
And it's one thing to be involved in the game and take 47 turns, Steven. But it's another thing to have a DM that actually puts the time into it and really makes like it takes it to a whole nother level.
Uh-huh.
And it cracks me up. I don't know if you've seen that. What's the thing with the girl from True Blood and Arrow? Was she on?
So, yeah, that's the one I want to watch. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about... No. She's on Daredevil.
Daredevil, I'm sorry.
Okay. What's her name? Oh, and
Jessica something, isn't it?
Now freaking... I can just hear Emma yelling at me because she loves that character.
I loved her in True Blood.
I've never seen her in True Blood. I've only seen her in Daredevil. But she wrote her own story, right? Her own D&D campaign.
Which she has, like, big names on there.
And she has, like, the famous actress and actors
and she
on there.
She has Deborah Ann Woll.
So she has Daredevil on there, doesn't she?
Yeah, and she has Kevin James on there and everything.
Oh my gosh,
she's got the big names on there, and she has the best. She has Scooby Doo on there. That's what she has. Matthew Lillard.
He's the one that got me kind of into D&D a little because I saw an interview with him on Attack of the Show way back in the day on G4, and they were trying to do an interview with him, and they were like, "We heard you're a big D&D fan." So we got the new set of D&D figurines, like they're not even out yet, to, show you our stuff. And when they were trying to do the interview with him, he was like, "You don't understand what you have in front of you here."
He said, side note.
He was like, "These are, what was your question? Yeah, you asked me something? This is the dragon from," I'm like, "Geez." I was like, you guys probably screwed that interview up.
I haven't watched an episode yet, but I watched the trailer for it, I guess, on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And when he was on there, he was just like, she really does an amazing job creating a story and really making it its own kind of event.
See, that worries me. Oh, I want to watch it because as listeners may know, we are working on another podcast right now called Uncanny, and it is a D&D
like and subscribe.
It's a D&D set in the Marvel universe, and I've already written the first kind of, I guess, encounter you would call it. Mm-hmm. And I have all this lore that I've come up with that's set in the Marvel universe and kind of pulls from some of the things within the Marvel universe as well. And I'm working on part 2, but I'm always watching a lot of role-playing things on Twitch. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm like full-blown studying as if I'm trying to pass the bar type of deal.
But you haven't seen her new age take on D&D.
So she switches it?
From because Matthew Lillard was on there, who's a
Yeah, he is D&D.
He's
He is
professional.
D&D. Yes.
And he was like, he really loves her take on it and how it's more of the, not just the DM making the situation, but you really get a choice in what happens and kind of stuff. And he said it's not completely different, but at least it's
her
a different
spin,
take on it.
yeah. So I'm looking at things like that because I want to kind of put my own spin to certain things. Like, for the players that we got, I got them. I wanted to really immerse them into the universe, so I got them like student notebooks with the Xavier logo stamped on it. Yeah, I recorded it.
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah.
I want to see it twice.
Terrible. And then I got them little figurines for them. I'm working on getting them student IDs. Just kind of
immersing it.
Immersing it. And then I have some other ideas that are actually pretty cool that I have to keep on the hush because if they have to listen to this, they spoiler alert.
Spoiler alerts.
But I guess I could share with you after the show.
Hey,
but
I'm better than you.
But I look at things like Critical Role, kind of bring it back around. I look at things like Harmon's Quest. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yes.
That's a pretty. They're pretty. I don't know. They're fascinating for me.
First off, he can do no wrong.
He.
There's one video he did wrong, and it came and went.
I'm just saying.
The internet said, "Can you believe he made this?" And it was a 24-hour, like, "Oh my god!" And then no one cared.
I'm like, he can do a little wrong, but I mean, he's good. He's a good writer. He's a good.
He's knowledgeable. Who was it? There was a TV show that went to him.
Fall too.
There was a TV show that went to him for the space time continuum for the dimensions kind of aspect. I forgot who it was, but they went to Dan Harmon and said, "Hey, you know all about this. You did Rick and Morty with the dimensions and everything. What do you know?" And he said, "This is what I know. Boom, here you go." And they're like, "Oh my god, that's everything we needed."
He's probably so knowledgeable. He's insane. It's like I drink to pull it down.
You gotta watch out for those smart guys, man.
They're
they cross the line,
and then they're just.
But him and Justin
crazy.
Roiland to me could do no wrong.
So, yeah, I'm really fascinated because Critical Role is like the peak, I would say.
Right.
And this story kind of proves it, saying that they raised $8.9 million on Kickstarter.
Breaking them records, man.
And their stretch goal was $8.8 million. So now they're going to do 10 episodes of an animated series that is their D&D, essentially. That's going to continue their storyline and everything like that. And they're 44 minutes. Like, you're getting 44 minutes, 10...
What are we, 6 hours? How long do we do?
Jeez, it's freaking ridiculous. $8 million.
Do you know how long Endgame's going to be?
Oh, my God, 3 hours. That's
3 hours and 58 seconds.
I was upset with that because I sat through Shazam last night and had to pee out 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
I have to go right now.
Yes, I was like... I don't know if I'm going to do that one. But no, I really love the RP. I really love role-playing aspect of it. And it's so weird because... a decade something ago, I was working at GameStop, and a coworker of mine, Alex Baggs, he was like, "You want to play D&D?" And I was like, "Get away from me! What's wrong with you?" And he was like, "You write stories. I think you would like it. Yeah." He's like, "I think you would like this, and you'd probably be good at it." And I was like, "You nerd!" Threw a shoe at him. It's like,
there were different elevations of nerds.
It literally took me about
There's a hierarchy.
Probably about 10 years to actually appreciate D&D.
I've still only played in my lifetime maybe 3-4 times, and that's only been with you guys. And I've never gone past a level 1 anything.
And so I don't know. I don't know. I love that they hit all their goals. I love that it evolved into this. I love that there's so many people
that are bought into
that are
it.
Yes.
Because if you rewind, what are we now, 20, 30, 40 years, this was totally looked down upon. Like, this was not, there was not.
There were guys in basement, guys and girls in basements playing this.
If you had the nerds and the pocket protector and everything, you were not you were just like.
And I was one of the guys that.
First off, Aaron is 57 years old, if none of you know this.
157. I'm the ones that drove them into the basements. We're like, "Get back in there, you nerd." Throwing beer bottles at them. It's like, "You don't drink, Aaron. Where'd you get that from?" Don't worry about it, nerd. Throwing it out. So yeah, no, I understand the and I love that they're giving.
It's nice to see where society has come in terms of the nerddom. My only fear is that we're getting too critical role. We're getting too critical of the content now. Where
What do you mean? The example.
Well,
Elaborate.
For example, take out all these comic movies and such, where the people who have read the comics, this is the first time they're ever coming out with this film, and when the film comes out, they're bashing it, and the only reason that it's making money is because all the people who have not read the comics, who don't know anything about it, they're like, you know what? Comics are big right now. Let me go watch the movie.
Well, because, I mean, you got to think about it kind of they're not right for being overcritical of everything.
Agreed. But that's the issue, is that the only thing that's... Because these movies are making a shit ton of movie. It's a shit ton of money. Let's agree on that. But the reason that they're not, like, doing any more than that is because you have all these people, the online trolls for whatever.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to watch Wonder Woman because it's... bleh. It's not the Wonder Woman that I had in the 70s, 80s. It's not the blah, blah, blah.
Well, okay.
I don't like that she's blah, blah, blah.
But here, now you got to see both sides.
No.
Say this is something that you had. This is say, like we said, they were all like basement dwellers, even though they weren't. You know, they were just
Magic players,
more closeted. You know, comic book players, video game players, D&D, all that stuff. They were all just kind of, you know, in the dark, playing with all their toys and stuff like that. They're things that they felt were precious to them. Then you have mainstream quote-unquote media and the broad...
Not quote-unquote mainstream media, but...
The broad spectrum of a lot of people start to notice these things. Video games, comic books, and they get more popular with a lot more of the, again, quote-unquote mainstream people.
But no one watches them.
Okay, but here's the thing, though.
But just takes
you've taken the thing that everybody ridiculed me for. Now you're taking that and you're saying this is popular now. It's acceptable now. And you're putting your interpretations and your spin on these things. Yeah, I'm going to feel some way about that.
We're getting back to the Zack Snyder.
I'm just saying. Well, that ties in, though. He took something like that and then he ridiculed them for being very critical of something that was specifically theirs, and he put his own spin on it because of his own personal feelings and stuff like that.
I agree with it being critical, because you can't make something better without opinions, without criticism. What I don't agree with is the boycotting. I'm not watching this movie because it's not what I want it to be. The critiquing to a point. Right?
Yeah. I say overcritical is bad. Yes, it's being overcritical.
Again, if a Batman movie came out and you're a Batman fan,
correct? Do
you A, go watch it no matter what, or B, well, let's watch the trailer first.
You find the sweet spot in the middle. You don't have to be a mindless. You don't have
to throw your money at everything. I get that. And
then you also don't have to be this I need perfection type of thing. Because, like,
you got a point.
Like with Iron Man,
that's a tough medium.
I'm telling you, it's a tough medium. With Iron Man 1, I recognize that wasn't like verbatim from, you know, the character's story. But it was,
I like what they did with it.
Yeah, it was good and it was close enough.
But then they made Iron Man 2, Aaron.
Well, you know, we can't get them. Well, Iron Man 2 was fine.
But it wasn't done correctly.
Okay, but
it was a mess, Aaron.
It was. It was good. It was fine. They had more space to move though, because they did 1 very well. So they probably took more liberties.
How'd they do with 3 then?
So 3 was 3 was the difference. All right, that's what it was. But
you think 3 went backwards, but you don't think 2 went backwards?
No, I like 2. 2 was probably the better one.
Who was the bad guy of 2?
Whiplash.
Right.
But
who played Whiplash?
But I got my War Machine, because I'm a War Machine over Iron Man.
But who played War Machine?
Don Cheadle. I love Don Cheadle.
But who should have played War Machine?
Don Cheadle, because Don Cheadle is the better actor.
That was weird for me. I hate. Good Lord, do I hate when they replace an actor mid-movie.
Yeah, mid-franchise.
Mid-franchise,
yeah.
I apologize.
If they replaced it mid-movie,
that's just...
That would be amazing. I would love that. I would watch it every time. And now watch.
So wait a second.
He just changed. There it is. I want to see now Iron Man 4, Don Cheadle and
oh god, I'm terrible with his name.
Not
Taye Diggs. You racist.
No, it's not Taye Diggs. No. Don't tell me his name.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. I do something with T. So I just want to see them go back and forth with each scene. Like somebody.
Sidebar.
Okay.
Do you know how much money was he asking? Was he asking for as much money as
Robert
RDJ was getting?
We did not plan that again, but
Nailed it.
probably, yeah.
And that's like maybe I get it. I don't
I
really
mean,
get
he's
it,
a
but maybe I get
thespian.
it.
I mean,
But
I
he
would
was getting
ask.
a much bigger part.
True.
But
I don't know if he knew though. I don't know if he knew. I just knew. I think.
because him and RDJ we're talkative, we're communicative,
Okay.
we were friends in the first one, and then all of a sudden when it came down to, hey man, I want more money, and he talked to RDJ just went, boop, I wrong number.
Don't mess up my money.
I mean, great. And this is RDJ coming back from what did he come back? The Shaggy Dog. That is what RDJ was in.
Don't mess up my money.
He said, please don't mess with me. I'm on a good roll right now.
I don't know. It's a different thing.
I really would have liked Terrence Howard to
I'm
continue
sorry,
that role.
no, I wouldn't have.
I feel like when Don Cheadle's in the role, I feel like he's just chillaxing.
I love
he's
Don
just getting a
Cheadle.
paycheck. And I love Don Cheadle. But as Don Cheadle as Iron Man, as War Machine is crushing me right now.
Well, wait till this new one where he's he's.
What is this? The fourth movie he's been in?
You got to give him time. I
'Cause
mean, it's not like they have a War Machine movie.
He was in
so.
2 and 3, and then he was in Avengers.
What were we off? We were on.
What day was it?
We were on D&D.
Where are we?
And then we just spin into
We're in
these
Borderlands
things.
3? Is that what
Jeez.
we're talking about?
So anyway, Critical Role, $8 million. They're gonna do 10 episodes. Yes.
Good for
no,
them.
No. I'm excited for them. I
Good
can't
for
wait to
them.
see it. I can't wait to do our role playing.
Do you think we can get 8 million?
I have certain goals. One, a cease and desist letter from Marvel. I will frame that. No lie. I will frame that and be like, Marvel contacted us. And then 2, our characters, whoever plays with us in the future.
I thought you were going to say R. Kelly real quick.
It's terrible. It's terrible. No,
It was close.
ROUR
Okay.
characters.
Oh, there was a K in there. I was
to
guessing.
make cameos in some type of Marvel comic book.
Oh, well, go with what you...
Yeah, I mean, that'd be kind of cool. I don't think it's going to happen.
Nope.
But,
But dreams are there for a reason, Aaron.
Yeah. Dreams without goals are just dreams, everybody. Remember that. Remember that. What else? That's all we had on here.
We haven't talked about Joker or Idris Elba.
Okay. All right. Let's go with the Joker real quick.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So you saw this trailer for the Joker movie starring Hair Lip? Oh.
You're racist. Everyone has to have a definitive
That's
feature.
fine. No. Okay, so we spoke about Joaquin Phoenix
We did.
on the recreation of the X-Men universe, right? Because he was up for a role that you wanted him in, and I was like, what has he done that's good besides Gladiator?
Regale me. He was up for a role.
I can't remember what role we were trying to put him in, or maybe it was in another discussion. We talked about him before on
Right,
this
because
show.
we have talked about method actors.
Exactly. That's where it came into play. Because you were like, he's a method actor, and I only know him to be in 2 movies that were good.
Her was...
I never seen Her, so...
You should watch Her.
Okay, so Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, he killed it.
Okay, and Gladiator.
And then let's... I mean,
Now
Signs.
Now we're... Oh, no.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's-
No. Move, children.
Killed it.
Move. No.
Killed it. Baseball bat.
Yeah,
Nailed
exactly. So that's why I was saying. This guy, he does get a lot of roles, and he probably has a better prestige, I will say, than a lot of other actors.
He wasn't in Prestige, though.
He was not, yes. But he's doing this movie now. We'll stick with the stuff. We won't spin off
Let's go to the movie real quick. Got it.
He's doing a Joker movie. DC decided we're going to do an origin story.
Love it.
Hate it.
Love it.
We're going to Siskel and Ebert the crap out of this thing.
They're both too soon, Aaron. Too
Oh,
soon.
they are dead. So tell me why you love it. We'll start there. We'll start with positive.
Well, first,
and then I will tell you why you're wrong.
Before getting to the trailer, I will start with the fact that they're choosing Joaquin Phoenix. Which, do you remember when he did the whole rap thing? Like he was on.
It was terrible. That was the worst.
Do you know what that was?
I know what it was.
That was his persona.
Yeah.
He was doing it in the public.
Because he did it for a film
He
as
did it
well.
for a role.
Yes.
So he hasn't done any of that craziest stuff that I know of in real life. This was just all that he did in the role for the movie itself, nothing in public, which I liked a lot better. Stuff in the public that confused me. But for this role, I love the balance of that he can play of being such a good guy and a bad guy. For the role itself, it looks like he's like an autistic Joker. Like when he's dancing with his mom and stuff, like it seems like he's kind of.
So he's a mental illness. Is that what they're trying to do?
It kind of seemed that way to me.
Like I don't know too much about autism. I guess I'm not trying to call autism a mental illness, but I'm saying like you think he may have a mental illness.
It looked like he was autistic to me, but it looked like he was. I don't know what I want to say, like of a younger mindset. Like when he was dancing with his mom and stuff, like that personal kind of connection that you want to make with a character, like that was all relevant. And the fact that he got beat up like 3 times in this trailer, like he was getting thrown left and right. So again, like you wanna be that kind of pick yourself up kind of moment. My issue is with any Joker in the past that I've seen, it's the sadistic kind of sick, like you need help.
Because that's what the character is.
Correct. Whereas this one, again, you're getting kind of the origin story. What I did not like about it, again, that's what I did like. It's more the backstory, more of like who this character is. What I did not like about it was the fact that he got his ass beat so much. I'm like, when do I get to see a winning moment? I have to like, I can't get a glimpse.
Okay.
Everyone's wearing masks in one moment. Like it looked like a V for Vendetta. Like it was the civilians versus the military, real quick, where everyone's rebelling wearing a Joker mask. Out of nowhere, like he's getting his ass beat, and all of a sudden he's got all these supporters. Like that was weird. I guess that would be all that I disliked because it seemed to me he didn't talk very much in it. I don't think they didn't do very much dialogue. No. It was a lot of the background music and the one man, one way, one desire.
So here's the thing.
Blow it all up.
So
tear it all apart
from the beginning.
In the beginning.
It's highly debated Joker origin, whether he should have one, whether he shouldn't have one. Was he Jack Napier? That was a
not Jack Reacher.
No, that was a like a part of the mob or something like that. I can't remember what Jack Napier's one was. Was he the Red Hood with the crime gone wrong and fell into the vat of acid, or does he just not have an origin? You know, is he just the madness
it's easier
that
not to have
spawned
one, but then
from
people
one?
want one more, yeah.
But see, and it's like, I always fall, of course, with the Joker. I like his not having an origin thing, just like spawning
anonymity.
From... Yeah, because it's just like, you don't... to me, what was it, Dark Knight Rises?
Mm-hmm.
Not Rises, excuse me. Return of the Dark Knight, or whatever the second...
There's Batman Begins and there's The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight is the second one with the Joker, correct?
Yeah, and then the third one was...
Something Rises, right? Dark Knight
Rises. Yep.
Okay, so Heath Ledger, put it that way. I've always really liked his character because it was very just...
anonymous.
Yes.
It was just random.
He was kind of the answer to the quote-unquote justice that Batman was trying to... I've done a lot of quote-unquotes in this day.
There's a lot, but...
Let me get back to the Joker actual film. So the reason why I don't really care for it is because, one, it looks like it's going to try too hard to be some type of I need a nod from the Academy type of thing. So like a Scorsese film. That looks like that's what they're trying to transform comic book character into something like that. If you look at the cast that's on there, of course, Joaquin Phoenix, like I said, he's got like that prestige more than...
Who else is in the movie?
You've got Robert De Niro is in the movie. Yeah. As Murray Franklin. Go
Good.
figure.
Good.
Go figure. Then you have like this thing that perceives that seems that there's going to be this long build up.
Who's directing it?
Todd Phillips. And you probably know Todd Phillips from movies such as A Star Is Born, the latest winner of a whole bunch of things, right? War Dogs. He did The Hangover Part 1 and 2 and 3.
We're getting all over the place now. I don't know who this person is now.
And he did Borat, the movie.
Yep.
So yeah,
definitely clear the spectrum there real quick.
But actually, he only wrote Borat the movie. Ooh, that makes it even worse.
That means it's his fault.
So I don't like the way that they're trying to add, like that. Like I said, that real like
they're trying to take the comic book and turn it into
like this serious like
an actual cinema.
Like I don't really care for that in so much capacity and to this degree. Like I understand
I can see where
the Nolan films were good. They were actually very good, all three of them. But I don't feel like they tried to go for Oscar nods type of thing. I think they knew what they were as in hero movies.
90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
They're good. They're just good movies. What was the other thing about this? I don't like how, like, I don't see this character Joker ever doing anything that
in the future,
like that would ever rival anything that a Batman would ever do. Apparently, there's a young Bruce Wayne in the film. Joker's always been older than Batman. That's fine. I'm not caring about his age or anything like that. He's like a 40-something-year-old guy, and they're doing his origin story now, or whatever. That's not a thing for me. It's just I don't think
you don't see him in a trilogy per se, or
because it explains too much about the Joker, which is something I think it takes away from the Joker.
No, you're right. I agree with that.
So
seeing him in the future is just like, well, you were a bitch in the first one.
Exactly. Like, I don't like that. Like that takes the fear out of it because it's like I know you. I know what caused you or what the acts you've done, but that takes the fear out of it. The Joker is an unknown question mark in the world of Batman.
Do you remember in the Batman animated series where Joker inherited like $1 million or whatever dollars from whoever? Somebody donated to him, or not donated. When in their will gave him like hundreds of millions or $1 million or something like that.
No.
And he quit his life of like crime and he started spending all his money. It came back that all this money was fake. It all had a face.
Joker face or something?
I think it was the dude who died. It had all his face on there. All of them had his face on there.
I don't remember that episode.
And it was like you really got to see who he was. He was just like, I'm gonna go do this stuff. I'm gonna go do this kind of stuff. It was it
was on the animated series, you said?
The animated series.
Wow.
Joker inherited money.
But what was the point of
the point was he wasn't just doing crime to do crime. He wasn't just fighting Batman to fight Batman. Now that he had all this money, it was like, which is weird because like if you look at the Dark Knight movie, it's like he didn't give shit about money. In this role, it was I'm gonna be a made man. I'm gonna be this guy. I'm gonna open my own company. I'm gonna do all this kind of stuff. And you really got to see who that Joker was in the show for a split second. And then every other show past that, you're looking there, you're like, you were kind of made to ignore it. You kind of forgot about that episode as it was.
I've already forgotten about it. It was called Joker's Millions, by the way.
So
I've already found it.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Yes.
So hopefully they would go for that kind of. I mean, if they did this, where like this Joaquin Phoenix film is just the origin story of itself, that should not be made to ruin the future movies. If he's in the future ones, then yeah, that would totally mean that you are reminded of.
Are you looking at this as a standalone? There's nothing after this one. This is just. So then I think it's the wrong direction that they went with an origin story of the Joker. If you went full blown, I'm established as the Joker. Batman is a background figure like they did in Suicide Squad, where he was there and he arrested people, even though that movie sucked. But he wasn't the focus of it. You recognize if you did the intricate work of this is the day in and day out of a psychopath that plots to just create chaos. You could have still done your Scorsese type movie.
I think putting that in a live action film is too difficult.
I think if you have good writers, not if you
screw the writing. I think it's the acting, because get these people who play these characters. Who have to make imagine Heath Ledger.
In a standalone Joker movie.
In a standalone.
A standalone. He is already established Joker. This is the Joker's.
You have to set the pace though. So I mean, we have.
Okay. So
we've had 3 Jokers so far.
Okay, no. Let's wipe away anything past Heath Ledger before he played anything else. So that's just what's his name, Jared Leto, right?
Right. Say it again. What?
We're wiping away any Joker, live action Joker that's been played after Heath Ledger's.
So Jared Leto.
Okay, so just Jared Leto, and then now Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
So after The Dark Knight, where Jared Leto was in, where after Heath Ledger was in, if you did a standalone Joker movie, that would have worked. He had just captured.
You're saying that after watching his performance, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's who would play it.
Based
Heath Ledger,
off his performance.
Based off his
performance.
performance.
If we went to 6 months before the movie came out, where everyone hated that he was picked for it.
Yeah, but technically, no, yes and no. Because look, here it is. What I only hated it when he was announced by name. As soon as the first teaser came out, I was hooked. And the teaser didn't show anything.
Which was the teaser? Was it him
the
laughing,
teaser
or
was just his one-liner of it was like the Joker picture, but it was his one-liner from whatever, any line in the movie.
Was it, Are You
I
Serious?
can't. It was like, why so serious type of thing, and then his laugh, and they showed nothing, and I was already hooked. All I needed to hear was audibly, and I imagined, I was like, that's the Joker. And then I even seen interviews with his friends, Heath Ledger's friends, where they were like, after he got out of the solitary confinement that he put himself into, and I can't remember what the guy, I'm probably butchering it, but the interview, the guy was like, he was walking with Heath, and he was like, so what do you got? Give me some of this. He's like, no, I mean, I don't really want to, do it. And then he finally coaxed it out of him, and he hit him with the why so serious line or whatever, or you want to know how I got these scars line, and dude was like, I got friggin' chills from it. And I was like, that was a teaser, and that's probably where that all spawned from, because it was like they heard that and it was like, boom, that could be a standalone, like no hero, no nothing. We have a Joker, and you're looking into the mind of madness, and you're seeing how he plays these games with all these different pieces that are on the board and everything. There's no hero in this one. It's just the Joker, but it's an established villain, and we don't need an origin. I don't even need a struggle.
There's
besides
only 2 directions we're going to go from here.
Okay.
This movie's going to come out, and it's going to be exactly as you depict it.
Okay.
And it's going to be, why did we make this movie? This is just them pandering to like, hey, we have an idea, we have a character, let's make the movie. Or it's going to be everything we wanted.
What is everything we wanted, though?
It's going to be an actual film of the Joker.
Because I don't know if anybody wanted this.
And this is where we go back to where the people who know nothing about Joker and the people who have been with the comics for years.
So are you thinking then that they're making this for the people that know nothing about the Joker? Because then we're back onto that thing of, why are you taking this thing that was mine?
For example, hold on, let me see what I'm wearing right now.
Are you wearing a Joker shirt? Good for you. Good for you.
I want to throw this out there. You can buy this shirt at Kohl's.
Or at Hot Topic.
Hot Topic is more of a place that like a nerdy kind of person would go, but like anybody can go to Kohl's and be like, oh, they have an entire section for comics.
Yes.
So, again, the comics have become mainstream. When you, as a comic reader, you want to film because you want to see your childhood, your comics, your TV shows. You want to see those characters put on screen. But,
brought to life, yes.
But again, you don't want the Scorsese version. You don't want the, oh my God, this is going to get an Academy Award. You want it to do justice to what you know about.
Yes.
When you make a film, you can't make a film to appease the X%.
And that's the okay.
You have to make a film that tries to appreciate everybody involved.
This is where I always, because I hear that all the time, like that wouldn't work in the movies type of thing, right? If you thought the source material was good enough to transform into the movies, then yeah, it would work in the movie. That's where I fall on that.
My issue. Did you watch Aquaman? You watched Wonder Man? You watched all that stuff.
Watched them.
How many of the comic movies do you think have been 100% to the source material?
Well, none of them have been 100% to the source material.
Like, Iron Man, for example.
Iron Man was very close. Very close. They had to modernize stuff, of course, because of time differences and everything like that, but it was very close.
Let's go Batman versus Superman.
All the Batman, pretty much all the Nolan ones were, well, Batman Begins. They're all very close, yeah. They're all just very close, minus the third one for Nolan, because Bane is supposed to be from South America, and he's supposed to have an accent and all that. But it's just
he had a weird accent.
Yeah, it wasn't South America.
Aquaman? How Aquaman
was close. That's why I kind of liked it.
White. He's
He's a white guy,
blonde
but
white guy.
now now they've changed it since then in the
Pretty
movies.
close to the source material. Completely different character.
But here's the thing with DC and their movies, they struggle, and we just talked about this before the show.
Affirmed
that they are just now getting to a stride where they're making decent movies. Shazam, decent. Aquaman, decent. Wonder Woman, decent. Like they are just now. This is their last three.
Look at them. Look at them
the
go.
last three after another company, Marvel,
And now you
has
want to
made
shit on their Joker.
20 movies and probably made 3 bad ones out of the 20. So it's a reverse. It's a big reverse. So I'm not looking to DC to ever really make that Marvel impact. But I do need them to at least give me adequate sources. Here's the problem, too. DC does well on TV, terrific with their animated movie series.
Correct.
Like, hands down. If they were to just take those and put them in live action,
They'd be fine.
they would make trillions. And then they do poorly in their live action
Correct.
films. So it's just
Until
like,
lately.
where are you focusing on? Like,
They're trying to take all market because DC Comics versus Marvel Comics,
like sales with DC?
sales wise.
I don't know where that would sit.
Last time I checked, DC was doing better.
Well, like the top 3 heroes is your Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man.
Correct.
That's your top popular
2 to
ones.
1.
But the problem is, if you own 2 out of the 3, you should be killing it.
Correct, but you have to take the director, you have to take the writers, you have to take the actors into play.
But you know what works.
Well, how many characters have played Wolverine?
There was only Jackman.
Superman,
4?
Batman,
300? Like
Thor,
1.
Magneto.
2 maybe.
It's getting to the point where like, how many people are they going to throw at a Joker? How many people?
So you mean how many people DC now going to
They keep
revolving door of
making another one,
well,
trying
see,
someone
they're
else,
not
trying
going to
someone
do the cohesive world.
Well,
They're
they've
done
just
with
got
that.
rid of Batman. They just got rid of Superman.
Well, they're
Superman.
negotiating with Superman.
Let's see.
They're
I'm sorry, but I would like a new Superman.
I'm in your camp.
Henry Cavill. I'm not all about.
I mean, Henry. I think
I haven't liked him since Stardust.
Terrible.
All right.
I have nothing against him. I really don't. I just think he was dealt the wrong hand.
Yeah. How so? Wrong hand.
He shouldn't have got Zack Snyder to do his stuff.
But I don't like.
I mean, he didn't get it. DC got that. They went out there, and I understand why they went out and got there. They saw 300. They saw Watchmen.
What
They're
do you
like,
think about the
he
last
can do.
guy?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, the last guy that played Superman. What was his name? That did Return of Superman.
Ooh,
whatever
no, that was a bad one.
Right. So, and then before that, who was that?
Reeves?
Christopher Reeves.
It was a good one.
Oh, it was.
It's a good one for the first.
That was a good pick for all 12 movies they made.
For the first 2, we'll give it.
It's to this point where they're having the casting issue for one. Like with Hugh Jackman, do you think they could have done better?
For the time, no. Because I don't
I'd
know.
like him to be shorter, to be honest. But
well, yeah, he's 6'2", and Wolverine's supposed to be like
Wolverine's
5'4".
supposed to be 5'5"
yeah.
or something.
So, but no. Okay, so here's the thing then. Because we got to wrap that.
Where are we
part.
on? Minute
Yeah,
30, 39 of hour 6?
It's freaking 123 hours. But to DC is too far beyond to go backwards. They can't be like, let's scrap it. Let's start from the beginning.
Right.
Let's find these actors. Let's put our time and effort into making these properties, which it's so irritating because I want to root for DC. I'm a Batman fan.
Right.
He's my favorite superhero out of all of them.
I think everyone's rooting for DC at this point. It's them
But
shooting
it's
themselves in the foot.
The problem, like you owned all your properties. Marvel didn't own all their properties. They didn't have the X-Men. They didn't have the Fantastic Four. They didn't have big guns
Don't
at
even
one
get me
point.
started.
So DC owned everything. Warner Brothers bought them, and they had all their stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're too far beyond, of course, to go back and make their stories from scratch, like a Marvel type of situation, cohesive universe type of thing. So I think they're so far beyond, they're just like, whatever. Roll the dice. We'll see what hits. And that's it. We don't need to make this universe
You're
all
3 for 3 on the on the lately.
But it's just like I feel fans want to see that Marvel equivalent.
We have wanted, we the people have wanted
Yes.
like a Justice League on the same
Level as Avengers,
and
yes.
that's what we wanted. And I feel like that's why they rushed it.
Like, I saw another interview where they were talking about the Justice League movie. No, Batman vs Superman movie, where they had the quote unquote Holy Trinity scene where all three of them are just about to face Doomsday, and they were like, we saw that and everybody in their costume and how it was filmed, and we all just started just kind of getting emotional because it was like we've never seen the Holy Trinity on scene.
Disgusting.
And I was like, when you look at that damn shot and Batman with a rifle in
With
his
a gun.
hand, I want to
Batman
vomit
with a gun,
like uncontrollably. Like, it's so terrible.
and that's the good old source material on that one. No, that's what we've wanted, and maybe that's our fault. Maybe because we were like, hey, Marvel's over here. What the hell are you guys doing?
Because
But it also sounds like they were in their own heads like, hey, guys, I think we're ready. I think we can do it. I think we're at that point.
But that goes back to, like, even when we were talking about video game developers, you see what works.
Mm-hmm.
You have the established thing. You saw Marvel kill it, and you were like,
they went the complete opposite
yeah,
direction.
it was like,
Hey,
let's not do that.
They've got serious scenes. They've got a little bit of romance. They have a lot of action. They've got the funny moments, the funny bits, and then boom, DC goes with like dark, raspy.
Which made no sense.
And it's like, ugh.
Made
And I'm like,
no sense.
I get it.
No colors. Like, Iron Man is bright gold and red and all that type of stuff. You got Captain America with his bright blue, red, white, and blue. You got Thor with freaking bright reds and everything.
Superman had
Superman
like
is-
dark blue
Yeah.
and dark red, and it was like a crimson red.
Like,
and it was
no
like,
color, no brightness.
he's supposed to be
nothing.
the Boy Scout.
He
Like,
is supposed to be the sun in this whole thing, and it was dark.
At not one point was like, oh, he's a Boy Scout. Every time I'm like, God, he's pissed about something.
Or whining about something.
Oh,
Or it
God.
was just like, but anyway, we have.
So yes, let's
Yes.
see. That was
Joker movie's going to be terrible,
hour
by the
4.
way. Yes. What was the last thing you said? Idris Elba. Let's keep on DC, just so we're on there.
So Idris Elba, they're taking him off of Deadshot. They're not cutting the movie
Out of the
they're
Suicide
not cutting
Squad.
Idris Elba.
Yes.
They're-
So start from the beginning. Idris Elba was cast initially as
Deadshot.
Deadshot in the reboot.
In number 2. As far as I'm concerned, they're doing movie number 2.
Okay, another Suicide Squad. Let's call it that.
Correct. And they're instead of having him be Deadshot, they're going to remove the character Deadshot itself, and then have Idris Elba recast as a new character.
And you saw this on what? Just online somewhere?
The interwebs, my
Yes.
friend. It's everywhere.
I really hope it's just a rumor.
It's pretty official that it's Deadshot completely removed. The character that Idris Elba is going to play is not announced,
He's going to play the Bronze Tiger.
and
Yeah, no, I see his own variety. Suicide Squad, Deadshot removed from sequel as Idris Elba moves to new and better things. New character, yes. So I guarantee you, they go Bronze Tiger. That's what
that's what do you think about that?
That's terrible. That's horrendous.
Better than Deadshot?
So, first of all, did you watch Suicide Squad, the first one?
I have not.
Okay, it's terrible.
I refuse to.
It's terrible. Have you ever watched? Oh my God, Quentin Tarantino's movie, Mr. Pink, Mr. White, Reservoir Dogs. Thank you. Again, we did not plan that, but that's how Suicide Squad should have been. It should have been a Reservoir Dogs movie. I guarantee you.
I'm pretty sure it would have been more well received if that was the case.
That's how it should have went through. Because Suicide Squad it's about criminals that have to do this. A suicide
Do this
mission.
thing
Yes,
to-
yeah, and there's a lot of double crossing and it should have been Reservoir Dogs. So that's where that is. So I think Idris Elba, I don't know, because he's already in the Marvel universe. Well, he was.
Too soon.
I mean, he'll be back.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
With longer hair.
So I don't know. I don't care about the next Suicide. I understand James Gunn is doing it.
I'm hoping. I'm not sure why they removed the Deadshot character, but I am hoping it's a better film for one, because I think DC needs to get on that kind of that upward spin. They need to start just rolling out these movies that are getting them the kind of I don't know if it's the directors. I don't know if it's the writing. I don't know if it's the casting.
They don't have the Kevin Feige. That's the guy from Marvel who makes sure everything is all. They don't have that guy. I thought they had it with some dude. I think his name like John Jones or something like that. Like
You're ridiculous.
I promise you, it was something close.
You better show me that.
I will.
Clip.
Yeah, but I don't know. They don't have that. They don't have that.
Clearly.
So
because it is butchered.
So I don't know. DC they're frustrating. It's like the child you had so much hope for,
Don't
and
say it.
they just bring back
You're ridiculous.
D's and F's the whole time. You're like, I put more effort into you.
You're adopted.
I don't know why. Yeah, you just get out of my home. So that was a show. Yeah, that was a mouthful. And I don't think we
Hour 45. What are we at?
Yeah, I don't. We went on so many freaking tangents there. What do we do now? We got the social medias to plug. Of course, if you want us to hear us talk about anything, definitely go to all our social medias. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all in some form or fashions of before you log off. Actually, all of them are before you log off. Just spaces in between the Instagram one, which we barely even touched that one. So I say just go to the Twitter before you log off, or the Facebook, because you're active on the
what's
Facebook.
Bilo? I'm active on the Facebooks.
YouTube is Bilo Network.
YouTube is the Bilo Network.
Yes.
But everything else is before you log off.
Yeah. You got Adam on the Facebook. I'm on the Twitter. So yeah,
I'm all about the memes, so you're welcome.
Wow, that's okay. And anything else we're plugging? We're not doing the last Monday of every month. We're going to be doing the League of Extraordinary Guessers. That's the next one is going to be a Marvel Universe themed one, Marvel
Really?
Cinematic Universe. Yeah, because
am I allowed to compete? How does that work?
Yeah, because me and Emma are making the thing, so kind of Emma is making the thing, but yeah, you can compete. I mean, the more
am
the
I allowed
merrier.
to win Bilo products?
No. You can get a
I
shiny
can compete,
button.
but you can get last place.
You can get a shiny button.
Ridiculous.
And then hopefully the format, I mean, we are a free-flowing podcast. We go from time to time to do other things.
Are you saying that we do a lot of tangents, Aaron?
We do a lot of tangents. Like, we did a lot of tangents on a review episode.
Are you saying that we should change our name to Tangents Incorporated, Aaron?
No. Before you log off, because this is everything people need to hear before they log off.
Before they get home.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, that's terrible. I can just see somebody who's rich and famous. Hey, before you go home, what's up, guys? You're the guys, but before you do stuff, right? Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's terrible.
T-shirts coming to the theater near you.
That is horrible. All right, we're wrapping this up. We're already freaking an hour and 30 minutes.
Jesus.
So, Adam C.
Hey!
And I'm Sir Aaron Carter saying that's enough for the internet today.